Centuries ago, if you wanted to explore and discover new places, you needed lots of money, a crew of crazy people like you, and many other things. Even just a few decades ago, it was quite hard to get into the exploration business. That's why we think Google Earth is so amazing. Unreachable, dangerous, remote, or invisible to the human eye, the power of Google Earth allowed some curious people to achieve feats of ancient explorers with a tiny portion of the budget. From misleading clues to mythical civilizations to an unbelievable, non-photoshopped military complex, the discoveries on this list are quite unique. Some of them are inspirational, showing us the delicate power of nature. Others are evidence of human talent. All in all, we're sure you're going to enjoy these just as much as we did. Today at MindRead, we'll show you some of the most shocking Google Earth discoveries made so far. Join us today for this exciting journey. Number 10. Atlantis Ruins? At the 10th spot in the list, some enthusiasts of ancient civilizations were misled by these suspicious and precise grids next to the West African coast. When these images were found, some people thought they'd discovered the ruins of a mythical civilization that suffered a devastating tragedy when they were about to conquer the entire world, Atlantis. According to Plato, Atlantis was a very powerful civilization that had cornered Athens after conquering most of the entire known world. Mysteriously, Atlantis lost the favor of the gods and was defeated completely by Athens. In a single day of terror, the whole civilization of Atlantis sunk into the sea, leaving a dangerous wild body of salty water above it, the Atlantic Ocean. We're sure that many people were pretty excited when they found this image on Google Earth. A grid off the coast of Africa that looks like streets in the mythical sunken city. Exploration aficionados were going crazy. The grid looked like the size of a small country with a very well thought out urban planning. Yet Google Earth engineers ruined all the fun when they explained that the grid patterns were produced by a digital artifact. The sonar boats created it while collecting mapping data. Disappointing, isn't it? Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for all of you that'll just take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. And boom, 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 9. Desert Breath. Ancient magic and aliens are enigmatic powers that attract our curiosity. So when people found a giant spiral in the eastern Sahara Desert bordering the mythical Red Sea, many became victims of their wishful thinking. At the 9th spot, this inspiring view looks like a feat of powerful magic, but it's an extraordinary achievement of a very human endeavor. This giant spiral is called Desert Breath, and it's an art installation created by 3 Greek artists, Danae Stratou, Alexandra Stratou, and Stella Constantinides. The work was completed between 1995 and 1997, but its heart-moving beauty still remains today. This impressive piece of artwork measures 1 million square feet, and according to the artists, is meant to celebrate the desert as a state of mind, a landscape of the mind. That's deep, and we think that the Desert Breath is quite impressive, don't you? Number 8. Heart-shaped Island. Curiously enough, there isn't a consensus about the origin of the name of Croatia. We think this country is a real European gem, full of beautiful locations somehow shattered by its tragic and violent history, including the last decade of the 20th century. This island, that reaches the 8th spot on our list, is located in Croatia, a relatively unknown location until discovered in 2009, and since then has been called Lover's Island. Uninhabited and forgotten, the Lover's Island gained the world's attention when Google Earth enthusiasts spread the word about its heart-shaped outline in 2009. Although it's said that the shape was revealed in the 1800s, only the power of the new media could spread its news about it and charm the world. Now the Lover's Island is one of the most romantic destinations in the world. Number 7. The Blood Lake. The Middle East has so many incredible places that it would be impossible to leave it outside of this list. Macabre or nasty, at the 7th spot we have the finding of a red blood lake in Iraq. Iraq was home to some of the most precious treasures of Persian architecture, but after decades of cruel dictatorship and war, it's a country of brave people struggling for hope and a new future. Sadr City is a suburb of Baghdad, the capital of Iraq, and is known as the place where the American troops lived one of the most violent oppositions during the Black Sunday in 2004. The image retrieved through Google Earth shows a red lake outside the city, surrounded by mystery and speculation. No official explanation has been offered after it was noticed in 2007. We'd prefer to think that the color of the water comes from pollution or a water treatment process, rather than actual blood. Number 6. Oprah Maze. Perhaps shocking is not the most appropriate word for the 6th spot on our list, although we are quite amazed by this one. The history of mazes is fascinating, and we can't help remembering the mythical hero Theseus, who defeated the Minotaur in his own maze. A few decades ago, corn mazes started to grow around the world as a way to attract tourists and generate alternative business around agriculture. Moreover, the character that inspired this corn maze is currently more famous than the ancient Minotaur or Theseus. Actually, Oprah Winfrey is considered to be one of the most influential persons in the world. Forbes even acknowledged her as the most powerful celebrity in the world. So, it wouldn't be that surprising that an Arizona farmer decided to create a corn maze in her honor in 2004. Number 5. Camille Crater. In the 5th spot on our list, there is a true discovery that makes us feel very lucky. The Camille Crater was created after the impact of a meteorite, which occurred 2,000 years ago approximately. It can even be seen from space, or to be more precise, from Google Earth. Although it is considered a small meteorite, its size is monumental, 147 feet wide and 53 feet deep. This kind of impact doesn't happen every day, and finding this one allowed scientists to obtain very valuable information. If you want to get there, the Camille Crater is located in Egypt, in the East Uinat Desert, very close to Sudan. Such a meteorite impact would easily erase a few blocks in the city nowadays. That's why we're happy that it happened so long ago, in the middle of the desert. Number 4. Biggest natural arch in the world. Nature is capable of the most impressive art pieces. In the 4th spot on our list, we found one of these precious artworks, carved through millennia. The Xianren Bridge means literally fairy bridge in Mandarin, and is the biggest natural arch in the world. It was found by Jay Wilberg from the Natural Arch and Bridge Society in 2010 and is located over the Buliu River in remote China. After finding some clues about its existence in Google Earth, Wilberg and a crew of several people took the 3-hour rafting trip to get there and measure the magical bridge. They found that it was more than 108 feet longer than the previous biggest one in Utah, the United States. Looking at it, we can understand why the locals named this beautiful place the Fairy Bridge. Number 3. Badlands Guardian. At the 3rd spot, we introduce you to a mighty chief. It's almost impossible to ignore that this picture looks like a human face, but is completely natural. Carved in the Plainlands, the Nazca lines can be one of the most globally acclaimed geoglyphs in the world. Although many impressive ones have been found, created by ancient civilizations, the most impressive thing about the Badlands Guardian is that it wasn't designed by humans. Named as the Badlands Guardian, this discovery refers to the image of a valley eroded into the clay in Alberta, Canada. It looks like a native chief with a war bonnet to us, but some people relate a road in an oil well with earphones that hang from its ears. The only bit that doesn't fit too much is human-made. Who would imagine it, right? Number 2. The Eye. In the 2nd spot, we have an impressive feat of nature. A natural floating dam that has generated a full stream of speculation, rumors, and hoaxes. In the Parana Delta in Argentina, there is a natural floating dam, commonly confused with an island. This mysterious place has been nicknamed the Eye since it floats inside a large circular lake, moving like it's watching its surroundings. The Parana Delta covers 5,400 square miles, ranging between the cities of Santa Fe and Rosario, in the north of the Buenos Aires province. The Eye was discovered inside of this vast territory by a horror filmmaker looking for a place for his next movie. Since its discovery, lots of explanations about the Eye have been published, many of them about aliens, magic, and all sorts of hoaxes. Yet scientists argue that the phenomenon, although impressive, is quite easily explained by conventional physics. Now get ready for today's best pick and winner of the 1st spot. Number 1. Secret Swastika. Perhaps you thought this image was photoshopped or that it's an old pic from a hideous place in Nazi Germany. Well, that's not the case. This giant swastika is in San Diego, California, and it isn't a building made by undercover neo-Nazis. At least, we hope. In fact, the buildings are part of the Coronado Naval Amphibious Base, planned in 1967. Perhaps the designer didn't think too much about how it would look from above, or they just thought it wouldn't bother anyone. The thing is, there's an enormous swastika in a US Navy base. Since its discovery in 2007, there have been a lot of people and communities that have complained, considering it a complete outrage. The Navy has claimed it would spend more than $600,000 to mask the shape, as they wouldn't like to be associated with their former hateful enemies, the Nazis. Well, if you agree with us, that's quite the epic fail.